somebody's going to read it.
I'm starting I'm starting
Obviously,
too. Yeah.
I'm starting the live feed, by the way.
oh goodness.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it rip. What the heck? Pretend it's not there and all that. Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Session 4. Hi, the Serpent. Here we go. We got some people here. We're just talking about the intro, and we're gonna get started. Yeah. So I think Kyle's here now. We got
let me take a 1 minute bio break. Is that cool?
Yeah, sounds good actually.
All right, be right back.
So Joe, yeah. So they ended up climbing up these stairs, or being left. Swillbosh guided them to the foot of the stairs. They went up the side of the mountain, went through the tunnel to the platform, and there they were attacked by a murder of crows.
Wow.
And they were vicious crows, and lo and behold, they were pretty small, but if they hit you, they have a 10% chance of plucking out your eye.
Well.
And guess what happened to Vama? He got his eye permanently plucked out. And
wow, super cool.
Oh, and yeah, it was quite heavy, dramatic, and but he wasn't impressed. He ended up cutting open the crow and getting his eye back and preserving it, but for who knows why. But that's what happened last time. Now we're just entering the part where you're on the ledge and you're looking down at Serpent's Eye, and you realize that just on the other a little ways behind you, there's another tunnel going back into the mountain, and you surmise that it goes to the other staircase that goes down the other part of the valley. I could bring you over on the map and show you what I mean if I
what do I need to do with XP? How did we decide to resolve that? Because I think I'm still at the level that I had, the amount I had after not the previous session, but the one before that, which I think would have been our second or third session.
I might be able to answer that as well. Do you have access to, we're keeping track of the XP on a Google document?
I have, right now my XP level is 781.
Okay, give me 1 second and I will open that up and give you some information here.
Okay.
Okay, actually, and I'll show.
Okay, our current the last session was session 3, so everybody is going. We acquired 250 experience points by killing monsters, and a total of 1,265 for gold. So split evenly, that's 316 experience points each.
Okay, now Darren, how did you want me to handle that since I wasn't here last session? What did you decide to do?
Well, I'm really pushing the levels right now, and I've kind of decided also that if absent characters may be played as NPCs, and if they get killed, I mean, that's the way cookie crumbles, but we won't put them in a position where they'll be slaughtered. And we'll play them with common sense.
That's exactly how I did it when I was a kid, and that's how I've done it ever since. And if somebody objects, I'll say, okay, fine, your character's not an NPC, and they are just not there for one reason or you know what I mean. They're out completely. So,
given the scenario, though, it's kind of weird that somebody would disappear and reappear.
Right. It's a little bit odd to do it, you know, in a situation like this. But I have no problem with somebody running them as an NPC, and if something happens, well, you know, roll up another one.
Well, we're sitting at for the last session is 316 each.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just filled him in on our little encounter on the platform. Now, we're not quite through with these crows, by the way. We were on the platform, and there's a small tower to your left. And in that tower, there's two stories. The top story is kind of in ruin. The bottom story was abandoned probably for over 100 years. There's an inch of dust in there. And you guys found the skeletons of a couple dwarves. One had fallen in its own trap, and the other one had been stabbed in the back with a rusty dagger. And so there was treachery and dark moments in the final time of these dwarves. And then 100 years went by. This valley got filled up with water, became half swamp, half kind of tropical forest. You guys are you've just left the swamp area, and you're now up on the top platform and about to go ascend into the descend down into the forested region in this more southerly region of the valley.
Well, yeah, but before doing that, we still want to keep taking care of this on the platform that we're at right now.
Yeah. So you guys can see this map, of course. And did that zoom in for you and whatnot? You guys can see the staircase and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'm wondering, Kyle, if he's having trouble with
Yeah, he's still muted out.
sound or anything, or is he muted? I'm not sure.
Looks like he's muted at the moment, but
Yeah.
As a DM, you're streaming your screen share.
Right.
I had to go dig my headset up because otherwise you guys are just going to hear yourselves.
Oh, there he is. Okay, let me get my stuff together. All right, so that's the current situation.
Oh, sorry. Technical question. Then our monk was taking care of that. We're keeping everything on a Google spreadsheet for treasure carried and taken and experience points and all that.
Mhm.
Do you want to just do that conventional paper and pencil stuff, or how do you want to keep track of that?
Yeah, for now, somebody write it down.
Any volunteers?
Sounds
I guess
like
that's me. Yeah.
you volunteered.
Okay. This is an adult one, right? Okay, good. God damn it. Okay.
So, any questions or whatever, Joe? I've kind of tried to give you the gist of it.
yeah.
You guys did go into the bottom layer of the tower, and it was all dusty, like I said, a couple skeletons, but there is still a door unopened to the west, and actually I'll drag you guys to the right map. And I'm using Roll20
Right.
tentatively for this. It's up to you if you want to use it. Theater mine is going to be...
Now, I've got a question. Oh, sorry. Before anything,
go ahead.
I acquired, or Vama acquired some a set of thieves' tools from the dead dwarf at the base of that pit. I was wondering, should I take any special note of that? Are they unusual in any way that I would notice that they're different, or should I just call them thieves' tools standard?
Standard, yeah.
Okay, cool. So they're just a set of thieves' tools. All right. So yeah, that's the only question I had.
Couldn't remember where I was at in this
No,
tower.
I said they were dwarven make. They were plus 5%.
Oh, you didn't give me the plus 5 part.
Yeah,
You just
they're
call it the
really well made. Like, not magical, but just really well made. Dwarven, real nice carbon steel.
Beautiful.
I apologize ahead of time, guys. I'm having some stomach problems right now because of stress. So if I start like making random noise, and especially because you're doing this on a stream, I apologize. I can't always catch it before I can mute.
Oh, that's too bad, Kyle. Shoot.
It's part and parcel. We figured out it's all of it's caused by the stress. It's just shit happens.
So Briffin, I brought your character in. You see that?
I have a title on one, right? So why are some of the? We have a couple of these that don't look titled. Characters that aren't titled.
They're
What?
okay.
Probably not.
Motherfucker. You know what? I probably should grab my DMG, but in case we have anything we need to grab out of it.
I got one here if we need it. But
Okay, that's fine. You know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna run all the way across the house to get a book if we don't need it.
Your sound is a little bit funky.
Yeah, I'm
Kyle.
using a different computer. I'm not on the big computer.
Okay.
I'm enjoying my night in my office tonight because I felt like getting out of the fucking living room for a day or two.
All right.
When you
So I'm
live
just
here-
sorting out who's here. So Brother Merrick, I'm going to be starting playing characters as NPCs. So what the hell? I'm going to make him here. I said I wasn't going to, but he'll stay in the back. We'll have to watch him, guys. Actually, that's not really fair. I said I wasn't going to do it till next week. I was going to start that rule if you're gone. So
Speaking of next week, Darren, I did not realize it until I've already signed up. I've got a game with Jeff Cake next week.
okay, well, we may take a week off or maybe
just
move it to another day.
Maybe reschedule to a different day if we can.
Whatever we need to do, I didn't think about it until because I've been trying to get into one of his Burning Wheel games for over a month.
Oh yeah.
Put one up and he had slots open, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm jumping on that. And then I realized it was a Tuesday night.
Well, I appreciate your honesty and stuff, and giving us a lot of notice because now I can plan. And once in a while we can do this, and then if too many people can't make it, then we'll move it or postpone a week. Sounds good.
I apologize about last night, dude. I should have let you guys know way before I did. But yesterday was a wild ass day.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're ready to start this.
No worries.
This thingamajig. Everybody, more or less. We're on this platform built by the dwarves long ago for this purpose to kind of worship or keep a lookout on this island. Not sure exactly why. They might have worshipped it or something, or revered it. We have 4 characters here: Acheron and Briffin, and no, Acheron's not here. 3 characters.
Our ranger is not here tonight.
With Tyra,
we have the magic user.
All right, where is Ralph? I totally slipped my mind.
Nope, we've got the half orc cleric, the half elf magic user thief, and the human druid.
You know what, guys?
Really?
If only 3 of you is going to be really dangerous.
Well,
as if it hasn't been already.
I know, and I'm thinking.
Yeah, talking to the guy missing the eye, thanks to the crows. So.
I'm gonna have to play Merrick.
Let's say if we NPC the other characters, we should be okay.
Indeed.
Well, you know what?
Well,
I'm starting to believe what you guys believe. I'm getting to that point with people. Yeah, I don't have time. I'm not like with Paladin and Hell. If I have to, I'm just going to start GMPCing like 2 people so we can keep going.
Well, and then if you get killed, you know.
What can you do? I mean,
you can play him as an NPC cautiously too. I mean, you don't have to put him on the front line, and you know, and if something happens, hey, we're adults, right?
Well, not just that. You had the opportunity to be here. You had every opportunity to let us know you weren't going to be able to be here. It's not our fault.
Right. Right.
Okay. Well, let's move on.
Not the thing; it's the game. So by all means.
Let's move on then, and we shall.
Right.
We'll bring in them 2 as backup. The ranger will kind of stay in the second position and look for. You'll get the benefits of his surprise benefits, and Brother Merrick will bring up the rear caboose and watch the back. So for now, we're in this room. We found a couple traps and boxes. There was a door that didn't appear to be locked. It was still dwarven build. Seemed pretty solid. And it appears to go to the access to the top floor, most likely, because you don't see any other stairs or ladder or trapdoor or anything like that.
Well, where we were before, I think that we should push up those. The door looks like it's going to be going to an area where the roosting nests are for those
demonic crows.
Yeah.
So you scan it. Do your usual scan the thief. Right, I guess.
Well, not looking good for. I'm not even paying too much attention to the door itself, but just like a general idea of the layout. Like, are they above us, or are they like they came down from somewhere? Could we see anything from the outside of the tower?
You could tell they went into the top floor, which is right above you.
Which would probably be.
And it seemed to be partially in ruins. Like the top of it might be open. In fact, there's no roof on it or anything.
Vama's still in a state. He's in a particular state, and unless somebody wants to stop him, he wants to smash open that door. He's on a singular idea that he wants to burn out those nests.
Are you kidding? Tyrath is on board.
And you push open the door.
I'm crying tears. Oh wait, tear.
So Brother Merrick, he's going to guard the door on the outside. Acheron has now come into the room here. He's got his bow out. And you 2 are at the door just opened. Briffin, where would you like to go? Would you like to keep up with these guys?
I'll be in the front half of the party.
Okay. So here you are. Okay, Vama, you see a staircase, and sure enough, it's still got dust everywhere. Nothing has disturbed the staircase for must be 100 years. And give me one. Now I shall move you.
Hang on. Hey, Darren, I'm going to go run and get my mouse real quick because the touchpad on this computer fucking blows.
Gotcha.
So if I need to move my guy or anything, it's a pain in the ass to use this. I'll be right back.
So I'll remain in theater mind mode. Yeah, Velma, if we can get the door open, which we seem to have already, then Velma is feeling unusually confident right now. He's still. You know,
he has been healed. Like he was healed. He has no. He's not bleeding.
The physical damage is not the same. The healing doesn't do the psychic damage.
Right.
That's still very prominent in his mind, and so he's going to push forward at least to the first bend in the stairs and look up with his short sword out.
And sure enough, it comes up one floor, roughly about 10, 12 feet. The ceilings are pretty high in this tower for dwarves. But anyway, up ahead, you see a low-cut door built for defense, yet it's just partially open. And you now hear kind of the squawks of a couple crows coming through the doorway crack. And there's a bit of a flutter and a stir on the other side of the room, and then it goes quiet again.
Wait for everybody to return, but, you know, obviously...
Okay, I'm good. Sorry, guys. Should have done that while I was out there a minute ago.
So you guys just went up the stairs to a doorway that's open about a crack, and you can hear a few crow maybe on the other side. Make a hear noise. Any of you guys, Vama, make a hear noise for a specific clue you might get. And the ranger, I'll roll as well.
Let's see, I don't have hear noise, do I? In a clear?
You don't have, no.
So you basically the thief skill of hear noise only?
Yeah.
Ouch.
For a specific noise.
10%.
Otherwise, if you're doing just like a general perception, it's a wisdom check.
No, perception, you all heard a rustle, and you know there's crow on the other side of the door. Yeah.
But if you're not listening for specific noises, you're just generally perceiving, it's considered wisdom for some weird reason.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking for a...
No, I know what you're saying.
79.
Pointing out.
Negative.
Okay. All right. So what do you want to do? You know there's some crow on the other side of this door.
That's good. It's on, I think.
All right. Do you want to go through
the
door?
I'm trying to make as much like imperative eye contact with my fellows as possible, but Velma is in a bit of a bloodlust right now, and he wants to be able to destroy these nests and have it so these crows never have a place to lay down again. I'll dash their young against the cliffs if I have to.
So, you open
unless somebody wants to stop me, don't let me kill you.
You see two smaller crows, and you can move forward ahead, and then the rest of the room's a bit obscured. And these two seem to be sort of roosting up on. There's some rubble in the corner where they are, and it's open to the sky. And there you see the bulk of some nests, perhaps even up there. And then you see a real big crow now, Vama. And you guys just stop short because you're like, holy, that's a big bird. Like, this is a huge crow. This thing probably weighs 250, 300 pounds.
So that one didn't come down in that initial flight.
No.
At all.
No. And it turns a menacing eye on you and looks with its side eye at you guys and rotates its eyes. And the other ones are fluttering now and cawing at you guys. But you guys have killed a lot of their number. And they seem to be just... reluctant to attack. They're waiting on the other side of the room.
I'm going to assume that my druid is considering our previous experience with these. I don't have a problem with Vama's with his bloodlust in this case. So
we're on to it then.
Yeah.
Let's do
these
it.
crows seem to be guarding their nest. Frankly, yeah. There's a nest on the other side of the room. Couple nests.
Hey,
and we can roll now for you guys. Actually, you guys automatically gain initiative. It says.
I feel like I should actually go and get my real actual dice right now, which are just downstairs, rather than rolling this D20 dice. Is that okay?
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
cool. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'm going to go get
now everyone has to declare what they want to do.
Well,
which spell they want to cast or whatever they want to do.
You know what Tyrath wants to do. That bastard sword is out and ready to go hack that large one to pieces.
All right. Okay. He's facing it. All right.
It's the big one is formidable, right?
Oh, sorry about that.
It's large.
Okay.
It's a beak size of a. Like it's freaking big. It's like
and the regular size crows are the ones that what yanked out the eyeball, correct?
Yeah.
So
they're not small either. They're actually big crows. So
we're talking about a crow the size of a fucking Volkswagen.
Well, that's not quite, but when it's fleshed, with its feathers flared up and its wings out, it's impressive.
Well, I am going to ready fairy fire to
Good call.
improve our chances to hit.
And you can cast that. They're waiting back. Like, you guys haven't rushed them yet, unless you declare you're going to rush them now. They seem to be just in ready mode.
Yeah, I'm not rushing yet. I'm just going to make it so the guys who do rush can hit that big.
I'm not bull rushing anything either. I'm not quite stupid enough to get myself killed.
How large is that large one?
It's about, it's hard to say. It's a couple 100 pounds at least.
Like as large as a small pony or a large dog?
Large dog.
It's still a big crow, man.
A couple 100 pounds, but I don't know if you ever seen an ostrich or a freaking.
That's a big crow.
They're pretty mean. They could.
They like to eat people's eyeballs. I'm not really concerned about them though. Big boy over there probably eats limbs.
So time's ticking, and they flutter up again.
Can we see the druid preparing a spell?
Yeah, fairy fire.
Go for it, man.
All right. We have initiative, correct? Casting time on fairy fire is 3 segments, so that wouldn't matter in this case.
Next time, you guys took quite a long time there. I probably would have done a roll for initiative.
Let him go. Let the fairy fire go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let that fire off.
He was preparing that spell, so fair is fair. The rest of you guys didn't. Oh, he said he was getting ready. Tyrath and Vama, you were kind of hesitant because all of a sudden you were like, should we kill them?
Now let's tighten up. Let's tighten up and wait for them to come to us. What are they going to do?
So do you cast the spell?
Yeah, I cast fairy fire at the big one.
Okay, that sets them off. They flutter up and attack.
That's good with me.
All right, cool.
Yeah, they definitely.
Do we need initiatives here?
Yeah. So they're going to attack. That's their. So roll 6-sided.
One for the party?
One for the party, right?
Yeah, it's one for the party, and then it's going to determine whether or not we get an action or they surprise the shit out of us all of a sudden kicking off like that.
Do you want to be, Kyle, do you want to be the official initiative roller of the party?
For the D6? Yeah, I'll roll the D6 on my man.
I did roll a 5. I forgot to put it on roll 20 and roll on roll 20.
Yeah. I rolled a 4. So I don't think nothing happens to us, I think. But
they got the initiative, that's all. That's all right. They're under the influence of fairy fire, and they're coming.
Well, now we have to roll. I thought we had to roll an individual initiatives here.
No, actually, we did some major research on that. Yeah, you just roll once for the party, and it's boom.
Okay. Well, that works fine with me.
Yeah, and the way it works is when you first encounter somebody, you roll for surprise. And when your dexterity modifier kicks in for how many segments you're surprised for, we read it a couple times, went through it, and it was like, well, okay. So we're going to give that a try tonight. It's going to simplify it in some ways once you know it. So just bear in mind that dexterity bonus you have, that reaction bonus, that if you surprise a party or a monster, you get those additional segments to act.
Yeah, this is where first edition's so much different than second for me. So in a day with second edition rolls.
Yeah, so sorry about that.
Oh no, you're fine. You're all good.
Yeah, so we're trying it out. We're going to see
the weapon. So the weapon speed is the number of segments that we have to wait, correct?
No, weapon speed actually won't be taking. Correct me if I'm wrong, Darren. But weapon speed doesn't really take into account with initiative anymore. Weapon speed is only used as a factor when it's weapon versus weapon. When you're looking at extreme discrepancies between initiative, so somebody may get more than one attack per round if the weapon speed is that much more. It's kind of a.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, you can explain more of it later.
I'll send out some more information to you guys. We're trying out the official system. Yeah, it's quirky. So anyway, they did win initiative, and so the large one will go first. And oh man,
I'm sure he's coming right at the big old fat half orc.
Maybe if you can intercept him, that'd be great.
Yikes. Hold on, I lost.
I'll take the 2 smaller ones. What about the druid? Hey man, it's all fun and games.
It's all fun and games.
Okay, you take 1 point damage. Tyrath.
Gotcha.
I just rolled a nat 20. Oh, what's going on?
Real dice, FTW.
Well, you don't have 2 eyes plucked out, Ian. But you take 2 points damage. 15 hits you, I think, right?
Yeah, I've got armor class 7.
Right. So these crows come in and viciously attack you guys when they sense like their nest is in danger.
2
They
points?
Yeah, because both of them hit you.
You're down to what, 2 HP?
1.
Trauma?
1.
That's a meta question, I know, but as far as my character's concerned, he's watching.
Now, hold on. Acheron can shoot his bow first,
I'm seriously harried, is what I am.
right?
I would assume that Acheron shoots at the big one.
If he could see it. Hold on, let's take a
I don't
look.
think he can see it from where he's at.
Because he's around the corner of the door, so he could shoot the one over Griffin's shoulder. I'll just quickly do that a minute, and that's a hit.
It's one of those small ones.
So you only take 1 hit damage. Okay? Because he killed the one that he's killed the one that would have hit you.
Right, okay.
He drops it.
God, this is nightmarish.
This guy has a effect on him. So Vama, you did take 1 hit, and who's next? They're all done. Your guys' move.
So basically, we just decide who goes when, based on whatever we want.
Whatever. Right. Spells go first, and...
Okay, well, I don't think anyone's got spells prepped right now, right?
Yeah, then it's arbitrary. Whichever, I would do Tyrath first. You know, like just come in from
that's
the...
why I need to let Tyrath, because he's probably going to rage after getting hit like that.
Right. So there's the big birds in front of you. Go ahead.
I need to know its AC, so I know what my 2 hit my perk is, buddy.
Its AC is 6.
It's going to get the +1 to the sword, or long sword. Hang on. Because I've got to treat it like a long sword. I know it's +0. Okay. Sorry, I got to look up long sword again.
So you need like a 13.
It'll tell you in a second. Okay. Okay. You know what, motherfucker? This is ridiculous, dude. 2 weeks in a row. I cannot roll over. I'm going to get my dice. Fuck this, man.
Use real dice, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude.
Do it.
That is insane. I have not rolled over a 10 on an attack in 2 weeks.
Telling you, real dice.
Well, yeah. Well, now that I'm done with my attack, I'll go grab my real dice when somebody else is doing their thing. And, you know, try not to tear my cord in half if I put it in.
Does the monk have missile fire weapons?
I don't think so.
No, he's not proficient in anything.
Does he have a spear?
No, he had a trident. He had like I forget what it's called again, like a trident-like weapon but it broke.
I thought he had that mother of pearl hand, the spear that he got from the water hobgoblin.
Oh,
that had mother of pearl.
Would that be similar to trident for proficiency?
Nay, it's a spear. I mean, unless you consider spears and tridents both pole arms or pole weapons.
Yeah, because his was I should look up what he called that weapon again. It was a
glaive?
Tricky name.
No.
Sabbat or
some
can't
obscure
remember.
pole arm.
it's like a pole arm. Yeah, it was a pole arm. He needs to find a pole arm. Is what he needs.
Why doesn't he just hurl his spear at a non-proficiency penalty?
Yeah, he may as well if he has a weapon.
If it's hurlable, I mean, he could throw it at the big one.
Well, that'll hit.
Maybe, except for Tyrash is between him and the enemy. Maybe.
Yeah, plus throwing it upstairs over the angle. There's a chance. Well, Griffin's in the way. So anyway, Vama, you can attack back.
I'm going to attack the second smaller one, as it were, but I'm going to remain with my back to the corner there.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so as it comes in, just short sword is already in hand. And you said its armor class is
6.
This one's 7.
6. I need
the big one was 6.
No, I'm attacking the small one.
Yeah, small one's 7.
Okay, so I need a 13 or better to hit. I'm going to do conventional die here. And it is a 9, which is a miss.
Oof. Got you.
Real dice are not liking you any better than the fucking digital dice.
So go ahead, Tyrath. They got this big bird
friendliness.
who just pecked and hit you or whatever.
I already missed, remember?
Oh, sorry. Acheron, can he get around? He shot his bow. Griffin cast. Now, I remember he's got Fury Fire on that bird, right?
Yeah.
So he's -2 on his AC.
I still would have missed.
Well, everybody gets a +2 to hit.
Oh,
That's still
nice.
It still didn't matter. I rolled a 5.
All right, so roll 6-sided for initiative. It's next round.
We got to start fanning out. Vema will yell, "Fan out!"
I rolled a 1, so you guys get initiative. Now, anyone casting a spell, that acts really quickly.
I am not casting a spell this round.
Akron, you can shoot an arrow at this little guy over there. It'd be tricky. Oh my god, I rolled a 1.
That monk should have moved. Yeah.
Wow, Akron just broke the string of his bow.
Well, we're having a lot of luck tonight, aren't we?
Not good.
Damn it. Drat, I just rolled terrible rolls there. Okay.
Mud skippers, lizardmen, and it's these crows that are getting us.
So anyone else got missile attack? Or we'll go to Tyreth or Vama, whoever wants to go first. I guess you're doing the same thing.
I can.
Short sword
I'm
versus
actually
small.
I'm going to throw a dagger.
Okay.
I'm going to do that at the smaller one.
Yeah, Tyreth
Okay.
isn't in the way, more or less.
Right.
Time out before you resolve that roll. How do you want to do that with initiative? Then, if somebody makes a declaration, they say, "Well, okay, like he attacks a smaller one. I'm also attacking the smaller one with my short sword." So once that is resolved, then he rolls his dagger, attacks. My attack is nullified, right? Because I
Oh,
can't
and they're
change.
melee. You realize
Mhm.
that you got like a 50-50 chance of hitting whoever's in melee. That's the one thing with missile weapons.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
you might want to stick with the one that's on you, huh? Otherwise, we're gonna mess up royally. I don't think we have much of a choice here.
Now, you could pull out your melee weapon, or you have your dagger. You could attack, run forward, attack with your dagger. It's only
Yeah. Well, I'll attack. I'll just melee with the staff instead.
Keep that big one occupied. If this small one, we've got 2 on them.
all right. So you
If we
move
can
up
knock 'em
and
out.
smack that little one. Go ahead, make an attack on it.
If that big one comes around to any of the rest of us, though, we're fooked.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and I'm not exactly easy to hit, by the way.
Hopefully, we can kill these
Technically,
crows.
neither of us
Jeez,
are.
these.
So what's that? No, the little one? Okay.
These crows are the bane of our existence.
Armor class
I'm
7.
gonna tell you right now, I hate my fucking
I
people.
missed. Oh, I didn't. I hit. Fairy fire. I rolled an 11.
That is barely a hit. Yeah, that's actually
Excellent.
exactly what you needed.
Yay, fairy fire.
So you roll for damage. They have 2 hit points,
I got 2.
Whack.
and you guys killed the other
Okay,
crow.
Tyrat's going after the big boy.
Nice.
That's the spirit.
Barely
rolling what I need to, but I'll take it.
Okay,
You know
well,
what?
my
That's
dice
what
don't do as
magic's
much as
good
digital
for.
dice do, so don't feel bad. I rolled a 3 on the dice, +1 from my base, +2 from fairy, for a total of 6.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now your AC.
Okay, you're not playing. I'm not playing with you anymore tonight. Fuck you people.
Okay, if the big one
The sad
attacks.
thing is, well, here's the depressing thing. If I'd have hit, I'd have done 8 damage.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That
Didn't
would
even-
I'm like a fucking frog.
So this big bird is still
Big bird.
alive, and it rolls a 13 counterattack on Tyrath, which is a miss. On
I'm
his
an AC 5.
5, yeah. So next round we can roll initiative again. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
And I rolled a
Another 3.
6 that
Yay.
time.
Good God.
So Tyrath, this thing is infuriated. It's smaller, lesser kinfolk are dead, and it's fighting, and it whiffs again.
Tries to peck me again, and I just
Yeah.
as flavor. Tyrath is going to stick his fucking tongue out at it. That
Nice.
seems like an appropriate thing for Tyrath to do.
Careful. So you can peck pretty quick. Go ahead, make your. I guess you're gonna then at swing take a mighty heave at it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm going to take a great big heat. Oh yeah, Archeron can't attack with a bow right now, can he? He's plus the string. Okay, a total of 15 to hit, or 14. No, 15 to hit for a total of 7 damage.
That is a definite. Oh, and you did take it down. You speared it right in the head, and it's just enough damage. It crushes. Something goes crunch, and its eyes roll up, and it just goes down limp, twitches a few times, and flutters.
He's going to hold his weapon up and let out a orcish battle cry, and because he's in full bloodlust at this point, he's going to lick his blade.
Wow.
Got the mighty bird.
Oh, Grandma backs up.
And then you bump into a bit of the structure that's the nest Vama, and you spin around, and you can see there's 2 nests, and one of them has 2 eggs in it, and the other one has a couple fledglings.
Fledglings. You mean like graspable?
Small little
Yeah.
chicks.
Out the window they go.
Wing, wing.
I have a promise to be made, and they will be dashed against the rocks below.
They're gone.
Out the window they go. Wah! Wah!
Peep, peep, peep. They give us a couple little peeps as they're tossed out.
Fairly well.
Does anyone else want to do anything? I guess you see Vama. He's reaching in this nest and he's throwing these.
Somewhat angry at these otherwise innocuous creatures.
Just chucking these birds to their doom.
I'm throwing them right out the arrow slits.
And the roof's open.
Griffin shakes his druidy head, but he knows that they're eyeball eaters, so.
Yeah, and these ones are not very nice at all. And
You got
Vama,
something to say, Druid. You got something to say.
you guys, there's nothing else here. What do you want to do with the eggs?
Out.
I'm smelling an omelet.
I want one.
I'm smelling an omelet. Quick, it's lunchtime. It's about noon, or not quite. Yeah,
Hey,
it's about
you don't
noon.
have to waste the fish I stole.
The room seems to
I would
contain
like
enough of
Is there
value.
one egg that can be saved?
Sure.
Well, if the orc's already...
No, Orc is not really going to eat baby birds. He's not insane.
It's your call. If there's one egg that can be saved, then Vama will, at a very last minute check of his own rage, save one from being thrown out the window or crushed.
Have to do this every time I want to do something. Sorry,
Just-
having a
just
conversation
now.
with my dog. Hey, he understands me. He talks back.
I see. Well, this room appears to have been taken over by these crows, and at one point it had been an abode, which with some tables and chairs that have now kind of ruined and fallen apart. There's an empty chest lies open under the western window.
Empty though. How big is it? Just curious.
Pretty
15?
typical size, you know.
I was hoping it was like more like a Foot Locker chest that I could pack my
yeah.
backpack and carry around, but never mind.
No, it's bigger than that. It's big.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Because legitimately, people forget chests are actually really good things to have on you if you when you run into coins and stuff. Great way to store stuff.
Right.
Carries, but it doesn't mitigate the weight of the coins.
It
So-
doesn't. I can carry like 1,000 pounds though. So
The view through the arrow slits is spectacular. You're even higher up, and you can see now the full valley, the Snake River going through it and whatnot. Do you guys want to do anything else in this room? It's fairly big. It's like 30 by 30 feet.
Question: were there any of the eggs able to be saved,
Well,
or did we
yeah.
just?
You were there first. I mean, you had. If you wanted to save one, I guess you could save one.
Well, my first inclination was to crack them, and it was an afterthought to save.
we have to go down that other hallway.
Let's give them a death save throw.
All right, fair enough.
So you can roll.
If there is
smart.
one to save, I would like to save one and very gingerly put it in my pouch. What an
I see.
artifact! What an artifact!
Well, make the death save roll to see if you can stop the orc from eating it.
What do you want? D20?
Yeah.
18.
That's a pass. You managed to save the egg.
Save one of the eggs of this
One of the eggs.
infernal and wretched crow creature.
Yeah. And the egg's still warm.
Good. I'm going to put it in my large pouch, which is a musette bag on one side of my body there. It's
You
the same
see-
one that I have my scrolls in.
You seem to calm down and get a hold of yourself a bit too. It seems to be an act that kind of gets you. Now you seem to, yeah, and then you've killed everything up here, and you see the large bird with its head kind of cracked open, and at the orc's bound, flipping the other egg in his mouth, like maybe. Anything else you guys want to do up here before we? There's no other exits. This
No,
Yeah.
Tyrath's actually going to suggest that since this looks like a good place to rest, that maybe we should take a little while and take some rest. Because he's hurt a little bit. Palmer's clearly injured.
What time of day is it?
It's about noon.
How much food do we have?
We stole a bunch of fish.
Yeah, he gave you a bunch of fish, yeah, too.
Do we have enough for a few days?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For a day? I'm okay with that then. We can stay here. If any individual crow wants to come back, we're going to make sure that they know that there is no nesting place to come back to.
And this particular place does seem fairly isolated and secure. And you could barricade this tower. It is a fairly safe place. Like I'm very reluctant to let players take long rests very often.
Look, no. If we're going to rest for like more than 6 hours, if we're going to actually get some shut eye, we should go down to the lower floor. Where we're not even exposed to the air.
I wasn't even thinking about staying just on the top floor. I was just thinking this is a good tower to rest at.
I would like to use the remainder of. I've got that healing elixir that I got from the drummer on that island where Toki was. I've been carrying it with me this whole time.
Oh yeah.
I would like to consume that right now, if possible.
And there's lots of daylight left, so there's a good chance there'll be random encounters if you do long rests. Unless you have specifically a safe location. Now, as I said, this one is fairly safe. There'll probably be less random encounter rolls.
Fairly safe doesn't cut us for us. Maybe we should rip through these nests. Crows are collectors of small silver trinkets and gems and whatnot.
That's true.
Let's go rip through these nests really quickly and get out of here. Yeah, check the big one's nest.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay, and you do find some shiny trinkets and whatnot. You find a gold earring worth 10 gold pieces. You find a tiger-eyed gem worth 25 G's around. You find another gold earring identical to the first. What the? Why would they do that? That's hilarious. At the bottom of the list, it says another gold earring identical to the first. Well,
I'm writing it down right now.
Why did they put down 2 gold earrings?
It's a little awkward.
That is hilarious.
Because
that's funny.
Because Gary Gygax only hired people to write adventures. They could barely speak English.
It literally says identical to the first.
Speaking Cumbrian does not mean you don't speak English.
There's a hematite stone on a silver chain.
Oh, that's not bad. The type ship sells pretty well.
With 100 gold pieces. Really nice.
The funny thing, we're going to get back to town, guys. We're going to have more money than we know what to do with.
No, I know what to do with it.
Buy magical gear. Get your armor class down.
Oh, nonsense. Get my eye back.
Hey, we offered to get you an eye. We have that emerald.
The emerald is square, like the shape of a thumb. You can't put that in an eye socket like that.
Oh, I think Tyrath could get it in.
Get it in there.
Easy half work, You keep your mating rituals to yourself.
So, I guess we're ready to rock on.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys exit the tower and go downstairs and go back onto the platform. And the plan was to go down that passageway and go back.
Was going to suggest going down the pathway we had not been down.
Yeah, right?
So unless somebody else has an objection to that.
Okay, well, hold on. I consumed that healing elixir that I got. How much hit points did I regain from that? Or did I at all?
That was a half power heal potion.
Yeah,
so
I'm missing hit points though. I need
roll 2 die 4 or 1 die 4, I suppose.
1 die 4?
Yeah.
Or 2 die 4 divided by 2.
It's up to you.
1 die 4.
Actually, 2 die 4 divided by. Oh well, there you go. 3 hit points back.
Okay, so I'm back up. I was missing. I was 2 hit points down, so I'm back at max 4 hit points, which is what I needed.
Now this passageway here, it was the new passageway that went back into the mountain the way you first came from, but you guys predicted that it would go at an angle and exit down those other stairs.
Yeah, that's the guess.
Well, on the before Tyrath goes in this next tunnel, he's going to stop. He's going to offer a prayer. He's going to cast Cure Light on himself and go back up to full hits.
Oh, nice. So nice eerie glow, and he calls upon his god and all that. And he's healed.
I actually used that healing potion. I was hoping to save that for until I needed it.
Now, Swilboth warned you that the forest on the other side of the Weed Lake was occupied by angry trees, or an angry tree, he called it, and to watch out for it. He says it's very strong, and it basically stops everybody from going across the bridge. He mentions.
There's a tree stop one from going across a bridge.
And he goes, nobody can go across when he mentioned that. And if we go back, the bridge must be somewhere, like the river flows out of the Weed Lake, goes down the center of the valley. And the bridge, it appears there is a bridge over here, which could be what he meant. Now, he did also mention that there was a abandoned dwarven mine that had been fired up by some humanoids, goblins, he predicted, over here. But he also said that's probably a way through the mountain. And then the other way would be to go through this gap in the valley, which meant you could possibly avoid the angry tree.
Why don't we just follow the edge of the uplands all the way down?
Yeah, you could probably avoid the angry tree, he says, if you go straight down through the gap, if you're lucky, and it's not, he hasn't tried it himself, but
I'll confer with my companions here. You know, I mean, like if we can see the topography, I mean, we're literally right there. But the idea that if we came out on the other side of that stair, if we just follow the actual mountain range, then it's the quickest route.
it's impassable to go along the side of the mountain.
How impassable is impassable? I mean,
Just sheer granite. I mean, it's impassable.
at some point
You'll have to go down the stairs into the forest.
No, well, of course, but we get down into the forest and we can basically hug terrain, as it were, because we can always look up at any time as long as there's daylight. We can look up and see that the sloping is still above us on our left shoulder.
Sure. Well,
And so we don't have to follow the river as a concourse.
plus, there might be a trail, and this was like a very dense forest. It's not as easy as just cutting through the forest. You might have to, well, you could, but it could be slow going.
We have a ranger amongst us, don't we, and a druid?
Yeah, that helps.
I'm kind of wondering how angry this tree would be.
Right, maybe it's just angry to lizard men.
You know, I'm just wondering.
That sounds like a morbid curiosity.
Well, since we're talking about an angry tree, the orc is not okay with angry trees. He's not okay with angry living creatures, much less angry trees.
You know, Fema at one point in his earlier career wondered how angry crows could be.
Right?
So you guys make your way back through the tunnel, and you get to the tunnel mouth, and you're facing again the valley, and you're looking down at the lake, and you got a good view. You can see forest, and the canopy's so dense though you can't make out any passageways or anything, and you look you try to see along the edge of the mountain, but from where you are it's hard to tell, so you have to just head down the stairs. It's quite a staircase. It's like probably a mile and a half long staircase that often stops and goes in a nice trail and then has different stairs. It's not just one straight staircase going down. It'll take you an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to the bottom. So you guys I guess carefully make your way down in your regular marching order, and no encounters thus far. It seems still lots of daylight left. It's about 1 in the afternoon. You guys figure if you hustle, you can get through the forest to the gap and even beyond if you hustle before it starts to get dark.
Okay, here's my wondering then, speaking to my fellow companions. There's that last bit of plateau that goes down into a marshland, perhaps, or a grassland, in which we can follow the river. How do we get down that? The most likely way is not necessarily where the waterfall is. Have we been able to climb down any of the other cliff areas where the waterfall is, or we've had to go around each time?
No, you've found in this valley there's sometimes multiple ways
Exactly.
down.
So let's not go out of our way if we don't have to. Angry tree or no, I mean, we've met angry mountain, we've met angry cave, we've met angry lake, we've met angry ice.
And Swillbosh didn't really seem to fear anything until the tree, though. But it seemed to make him uneasy
But he was a witness and he escaped, and therefore we could too. So that's not the problem. It just may be a half a day out of our travels in order to follow the river for a navigational aid when we can just simply follow the edge of the mountains as a navigational aid.
Right. So you guys are discussing this as you head down. You get near to the lake area and the Weed Lake, and sure enough, you come down into this quite beautiful, actually, edge swamp area meets the forest. The ground is fairly sturdy, and there is areas to break through the forest, and you guys can sort of go along the mountainside if you choose. It's going to take, the ranger estimates, it'll take probably a couple hours or maybe an hour to get through the forest area. If you guys hustle, if you just cut right through the forest. But you could go deeper into the forest. There, he does find a couple game trails that go through the forest, but if you go off the trail, it's slower, of course. So you could probably get through the forest in probably half an hour on the trails, you estimate, or it'll take you at least an hour off road with a ranger.
Do we have enough water to last us for the next day?
I think most of us have water skins, and I don't think we've used them yet, really. And is this water clean enough to drink? Is the real question.
The Swillboth says that the water from the lake is clean.
So yeah, even if we need to, we can stop by the lake.
It's filtered to the marshlands and stuff. It's actually quite clean, he says. Once it gets,
the druid wouldn't have any problems drinking it from what we've seen on the trip so far. So,
yeah. And the orc being half orc, clean is a relative.
Nice.
Right.
So Ranger, you're kind of up ahead, right? I'm gonna say the Ranger's sort of up ahead, guiding you guys, and he motions you guys forward, and you guys creep into the forest, and he starts cutting through the forest, and he's staying close to the mountain. You can tell you guys quickly lose sight of the sun, and often you're wondering if you're going the right way because he tends to cut. You can tell now there's branches of the mountain that kind of come into the forest a little bit. He forces him to move a couple times, but he keeps moving along, and the tall straight trunks of the pines stand guard-like around you, and there's like rank upon rank, broken only by the occasional clumps of other trees. Save for the bird song, all is quiet, and the air is filled to the scent of pine. Nothing here seems to threaten you or out of place, but then without warning, a gaunt, crouching figure springs from the cover of a large tree, its skin covered by a mass of bristling pine needles. And this creature comes out.
Someone in a ghillie suit.
And it's one of the strangest things you've ever seen.
What is it?
It comes out. What does it do after it comes out?
Yeah.
Just in front of us, or?
Now we roll initiative. Apparently this thing is going to attack.
Of course
Humanoid?
it is. I rolled a 4.
I got a 4 as well. So everyone declare what they're going to do. And this creature, it goes back. You can tell it puts its shoulders back and its arms. And then all of a sudden it leans its whole body forward. And you feel that there's some sort of something going to be coming from it.
I instinctually pull out my short sword and lean against the half-orc.
I actually pull my bastard sword and prepare to go hacking away.
So you guys prepare yourselves, and you can attack it as well.
How far is it?
Let me have a quick look here. It surprised you. This thing is as amazing. Like, it looked like a bush, and it's like a bush jumped out, and it had eyeballs that blinked open, and it pointed at you. And you noticed the bush was all sharp needles on it.
Ghillie man.
Right. So
that's half-orc. Sorry, that's
anyone
term for strange vegetative creature.
Oh, does anybody have a missile?
Who has a short sword?
Well, I carry one, but I don't use it very often.
Right. Okay, so this happens simultaneously. I'm going to roll for this creature, its attack, and it fires all these little needles at you guys.
Uh-oh.
Hiding behind half-orc.
This time, yeah, so I'm going to roll. And 2 needles. Maybe 1 to 2 each. So this thing hits the ranger and the half-orc. The ranger takes 1 point damage, and the half-orc takes 2 points damage.
Ouch.
And there, you hit with this needle that came off this thing. It's about 6 inches long, and it seems that this thing's body is covered with needles, and it whips its body forward, and they come flying off in this rather strange manner.
How far away is it from us? I mean, approximately?
About 30 feet. Now it's your guys' move. The ranger has his bow out, so he's going to try to shoot him, I suppose. Let's do that. AC is 6. Ooh, that's not... Yeah, he needs a 14. Does he have a plus? I can't remember. Oh, that was close. No, that's a miss, though, by 1. He doesn't have +1 on his bow, does he? I don't think so.
Dexterity adjustment.
So anybody want to move? He did his move. Basically, this creature flung its needles at you and did some damage.
Vemo will charge it with short sword in hand. I'm thinking if I can get it within melee range of it, it can't flick back and start throwing these needles everywhere, right? Anymore? That would be foolish.
Right. Okay, so make your attack. You run forward.
Yeah, it's only 30 feet, but I'm going to charge forward with a short sword already in hand.
Right.
What's its armor class, Hirsch?
6.
See, 6, meaning I need a 14 or better.
14.
14 or better as well.
12.
Anyone else want to move?
Yeah,
I
I'm going to
missed.
run up on it as well, but Thomas attacking first.
I missed.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. You and the half-elf run up. How about you? I just remembered Acheron's bow's broken.
Son of a bitch.
Miss?
Yeah, horribly.
Griffin.
I'm going to attack with my run up and attack with my staff.
Is there room?
Hope it
1,
can't
2?
shake itself and make needles go into all of us now, huh?
Yeah, if you're within its cone effect. It can shoot basically 1 to 6, and I only rolled a 2 for its last one. So go ahead, Griffin, and see if you can get this one. Nobody's hit it yet.
I rolled a 12, which is probably a miss.
Yes, it is. All right, so let's roll initiative next round. You guys have engaged this sucker. I rolled a 1 that time. Oh, I forgot to roll 20.
I rolled a 1.
So we tied again.
Well,
Okay, this thing, he just tries to hit as many of you as he can. He's going to try to get equal opportunity on all you guys. It's a weird attack.
We can mitigate this if we just spread out a little bit around him, so we're attacking them from like triangle.
fan out.
Yeah. If we can't, one of us is going to get hit. The other two are going to be able to get good hits on them.
It's a simultaneous attack, and you guys are in melee right now, so you can't disengage.
Right. It's just a matter of moving around, so we're as few of us are getting into his ranges.
In a second, me or Vama just needs to move to a flanking position on him.
Precisely. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And he's confused, and he's spraying his needles, and it does work. Wait, I forgot. I'm going to roll 20. 11. And he has 2 needles. 6 and a 2, or 3 needles, and they all miss. He tries, and he was -2 on the 2 flanking guys.
Somebody has to explain to me how the hell you miss a 6'5", 300 something pound orc.
Because he's directional like this. That's all.
Yeah. And so what I did is I gave him -2 on the 2 flank attacks, and it worked. Your armor deflected it, and it misses, and you guys all turn on it, and it's sort of this weird creature's eyes go kind of wide, like uh-oh.
I might be fucked.
Yeah, he's.
So who goes first?
You want Tyrath to take the first swing here?
Go for it.
Pissed off.
Sure.
Crush your enemies.
Okay, so I rolled a 17, so I definitely hit.
Nice.
I did 9 damage.
Excellent.
There we go.
Well,
So I take that bastard sword and I just ram it between his fucking shoulders.
Take a knife.
And you do wound him gravely, or it gravely, but it's still alive. And it's still going, but its eyes go wide and it gives out this weird sort of screech. Go ahead, Bama.
All right, D20 and a 16 hit. Short sword?
That is a hit.
I believe so.
Yes,
16?
it is.
He's armor class 6. He should be a 14.
Yeah, I have
So
a 14.
one dice 6 damage.
And 1d6 with no strength bonus. Here we go. D6. And a whopping 6. Yes!
Wow.
Wow, we just fucked him up.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, you see needles fly off of him, and he stumbles back now in obvious pain, and he is messed up, but not dead. That brings in Griffin.
What do we have to do to kill this thing?
It's pretty tough. It's taken some good damage. It's in pain though. Go ahead, Griffin. You can
1d20.
Let's do it the conventional manner, though. We don't have much spells to spend.
I have 1 spell left for the day, guys.
Hold on to it, please.
I rolled a 5, so he missed.
Okay, Macaron can't get an attack in at the moment.
Does he have no melee weapons at all?
You know,
He's got a sword, but you guys are all crowded around this thing. He'd have to run around.
Yeah.
He's just can't get. He's going to run around behind it. You guys can technically, if he can. So that's what he'll do this round. And then the monk is kind of in the same boat. He's watching you guys' back at the moment and being cautious. So this thing's still alive. It's roll initiative.
We need to get that monk to grapple him.
We need initiative this round.
So I forgot to roll on roll 20. I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4. Would you stop timing me, Darren?
No, I know.
If we can get something to grapple him.
Look at that. I rolled a 4 and roll 20 as well.
He's got an arc. He can only shake his needles in some direction. If we have him facing against the ground and pin him down, he's not going to shake his needles anywhere, is he?
Oh, what did you guys roll?
I rolled a 4, so you're tied with us.
So again, it's a tie. Everyone say what they want to do.
Well, you know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep stabbing him until he stops moving.
Now this thing panics. It looks like he's going to run, even though you guys are right there.
If nobody else is going to do it, Vama's going to try to grapple him. Oh, I've got the weakest strength in the entire party.
You want to try and grapple him?
Somebody, please.
Well, at this point, legitimately, from a non-meta perspective, Tyrat's just pissed off. He got hit with something for no fucking reason. He just wants to kill what hurt him.
Smack it. So you're going to attack it?
I'm going to attack it, but if Vama wants to try to grapple it first, I'll give him first opportunity to see what he can do.
I'm quick, 17 dexterity. If you know.
Now I want you to make a wisdom check, Vama.
Oh god, grappling a porcupine. Yeah, I got it.
I'm just wondering if you're thinking here. I'm going to give you a chance of
5 success.
Okay, your better judgment suddenly kind of kicks in.
And things don't grapple a porcupine.
And you realize that this thing is bristling with needles.
Short sword in hand. Attack.
But you forfeit your attack.
Fair enough. Damn it.
You were going to grapple it, and you just stopped yourself in time from getting one die 6 attacks with needles.
Well, while he's thinking about it, Tyrat's just going to try to ram the sword between his shoulders again. Okay, 16 hits him for another 8 points.
Oh well, tell us how this creature meets its demise.
He kind of turns to face Vama as he's getting ready to leap on him. And as he does, I ram my sword up through his fucking kidney and out through his stomach cavity.
Just as an illustration of how to do things right?
That's right.
Now, I might not be generous next time, but if you would have failed that, actually, no, that was rough. If you would have failed that roll, you would have had 1 to 6 needle attacks.
I would have been impaled by the badness.
Oh, and they do 1 die 2 damage each.
I don't know.
God.
That's
You'd have
cool.
been dead.
Thank you very much. Thank you for interceding.
Yeah, well, then that's fair. I give you a chance. You make your save. You made it. It's a good roll.
Jeez.
Now you killed this thing, and you realize now it's some creature. It's got like small teeth. It seems to be a carnivore. It feeds on flesh and whatnot. Some weird creature of the forest. He's got a small, dirty cloth pouch hanging on a thong around his neck.
Who wants to try to go reach in there and grab it?
Yeah, he's full of. He seems harmless at the moment, though.
Wait, I see. It's the druid has a staff, right? I would notice that immediately. I'm going to tell the druid to use his staff to pick the thing up off its throat.
Look at you. You've just slain this creature, this sentient being.
Now, this pouch contains 2 perfectly formed pine cones. But you're just like, okay, nice pine
Wait,
cones.
Well, at least I am. I'm
Define
just like,
perfectly formed pine cone.
Yeah, and you're not sure if that has any value, but they're nice looking pine cones.
Good.
There's a lump of amber with a fly embedded in it.
a lump of what?
Amber?
Yeah, a lump of amber with a fly
Actually-
embedded in it.
That could actually be worth something.
It's a precious gemstone, amber is.
Yes, it is.
And there's also 8 berries. Small red berries.
Surely the druid can identify these.
Yeah, well, he could make a wisdom check here. See in his lore, he can ascertain what they are. Go ahead, Griffin.
Oh, did he dump on us?
Oh, wait, Griffin. We lost Griffin. Oh, he's going to be right back. Okay, well, I got to take a quick bio anyway, guys. Let's take a short break.
Yeah, sure. 1 minute bio.
Yeah, a couple minutes. Yeah, you bet.
BRB?
Yay! More dead bodies.
Worse than that.
You know, I'm tired of getting hurt. Boy, let's see if this goes up.
All right. Anybody watching? Probably not.
You know what? I get more views on my games after they're done than I do during.
Yeah, and I'm
Well.
my vanity calling in. I'm just like, ooh, anyone looking? Okay. Well, we're about halfway through that forest.
Yeah.
So you guys know we can keep rolling through there.
Hold on, we're still missing. Sorry, back. We're still
Yeah.
missing.
Down to just 2 players right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the way it goes, eh? It's
It happens. I don't worry about it too terribly much. I love this tablet for doing things like reading my PDFs, reading my digital comics on it. But sometimes when I try to play games and stuff on it, it can be such a pain in the ass.
yeah.
It's not very powerful. It's like really, really big weak sauce compared to my big machine. I really didn't want to sit in the living room all night tonight. I've been sitting in that living room for 2 days, and I'm ready to fucking move.
Now the ranger
Plus, my Xbox
looks
doesn't have-
just so you guys know, the ranger, I'm kind of playing him a bit loosely. He's looking around. He finds that he finds the tracks of this creature had come from the southwest. And that pointed in the direction of the bridge, apparently, that crossed the river. Now, you guys were going to avoid the bridge because that was where the angry tree was, quote unquote.
Seemed like an angry tree himself, didn't he?
Yeah, he seemed like a strange creature indeed. Nothing like, it's called a needleman.
Does Vama have any recollection of crossings? Any reference to something like a needleman in any of his translations?
Oh, this thing is, what a strange creature. This thing's so rare. Like I said, kind of a carnivore predator.
A pine thing.
Yeah, very strange indeed. Very, very effective defense. If you would have failed that save roll, it would have been.
Yeah, that probably would have been the dead. I should have thought that through.
When you said it, I was like, okay, you're to grapple it? Okay.
Not a good idea. I was thinking, I was not thinking.
I know sometimes I have those palm face moments too. It's like, wow, did I just do that?
I just suggested the opposite of what should have been done for that thing. Fire is what we need. Fire.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, well, it's made out of pine. Bloody hell.
Why the hell do we not have somebody with burning hands in this party?
Right. That's a handy spell.
God, it's a great spell. Actually, one of my favorite spells in early editions of D&D.
Because Burning Hand only has a range of 3 feet?
Well, yeah, but it's still one of the most useful utilitarian attack spells because it can fuck up entire groups of monsters.
Yeah, it's effective.
You know what?
Right?
You know what people do when they don't have burning hands? They light vials of oil like Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
I had a party one time that took a bunch of skulls that they found, sealed them with wax, and turned them into fucking Molotovs.
Classy.
Most unique party I've ever had.
You guys want to decide? You guys going to keep the plan A, go along the mountainside till you break out of the forest? Hopefully.
I think that's the best thing to do right now.
Okay.
Again, I'm not a big fan of going against talking sentient trees.
The ranger presses forward and leads you truthfully in that direction.
Oh my gosh.
In fact, you guys break out of the forest after about half an hour total from when you left the stairs. And in front of you, it breaks off into like clumps of bushes and the odd tree, but there's a bit more of an open area ahead of you. I could bring you to if we're looking at the map, just to give you an idea. Oh, wait a minute. It's the wrong map. Don't want to give you that one. Do you guys with me here? See this map? Zoom in on.
Sorry. Yes.
Right. So you guys,
zoom in. I can't see.
You guys have safely made it through the forest, and you've broken out into this open area here. Up ahead of you, there's
is that grasslands?
It's grasslands. It's solid ground. You see, the ranger did find a bit of a game trail that goes toward the gap. Now there's a gap up ahead. It's about a mile away, mile in a bit. So, and you guys don't really notice anything around. You see the odd bird and whatnot, and maybe a critter scurry here and there. But there's no danger. You can see for quite a ways. And you guys head toward the gap. And is Joe back yet? I'll kind of. All right, you guys want to do anything on your way? It's getting to probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And the egg is still safe, Vama. You guys stop for a bite to eat, I guess, and talk, and the monk's there, and you guys keeping a guard out, of course, and watching around. You guys, I guess just take a breather. I'm not sure if Joe's around. I'll check my messages a minute. He might have oh no, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not sure where he went.
He said he had to be AFK for a moment, and then And that was 8:47.
Right.
He hasn't been with us for almost 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. So something happened, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
We could carry on for a bit, though.
Well, if we have our NPCs, we should be fine. Again, we should be fine as long as we have NPCs. Hey, when we take our breather, would Archeron be able to restream?
Sorry, I missed that a bit there. You broke up a little.
Yeah, sorry. Would Archeron be able to restring now that we're
Oh,
taking a
well, you
break?
have a bit of time. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, if he had some time, he took a break, he could.
I mean,
Yeah.
if we're going to stop him,
Yeah. So now that you're out of any danger, he has some time. Yeah, that's a good call. So he.
If I can throw in as well, maybe we should give it 5 minutes. I know we're streaming live, but if there's a way to maybe just like put it on hold for 5 minutes to see if A, he can come back, and B, we should try to make sure that the monk that is with us as an NPC has some sort of better missile weapon as well.
Well, I'll stop the broadcast then. I mean.
well, if you stop it, you can't restart it.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean.
We could do session 2, like in 10 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yeah, I can fire up another one, but we'd have to rejoin it.
That's fine.
A new one, if we want. Okay.